Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Johnny and welcome to another Pokemon Unite video. In today's video, let's review one of our matches and see just how broken Tsareena is. Spin to win is always in every mobile game, and now it's finally in Unite. With Tsareena, players can outplay their opponents and even 1v5 the entire enemy team. The carry potential from this Pokemon is high, to say the least. Throughout this video, you'll see exactly what I mean. Before we do jump into it, guys, if you do like the video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. This will greatly help our channel to grow and help with the YouTube algorithm and recommend the video to other viewers. Now, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. To start, let's go over our items. For items, we're running Muscle Band, Focus Band, and Buddy Barrier. You can't really go wrong with these three items. Focus Band and Buddy are just great for survivability, and Muscle Band is just overall a solid auto-attacking item. It works pretty well with Tsareena as well because Tsareena's attack speed is actually quite insane. Right now, we're heading over to contest for the middle Ardino. The enemy Gible makes a very aggressive play and ejects immediately onto us and lands a 3-man bulldoze, including the Ardino. I quickly had to eject to get out of there because of the amount of sheer damage they were delivering. Because of the early lead, the enemy was trying to steal our camp. Fortunately, we were able to last hit the camp and quickly punish them for their aggression. Gible fell after having already burned his eject button, which is his only escape. Chansey said, "I want none of this," and escaped under their goal to heal, giving us a chance to steal both of their camps. Now, we're at the advantage. That's what happens when you mess with these free Tsareenas given to every single player. It started with the enemy being too aggressive. Bond Sweet's Razor Leaf actually does a lot of damage, and with this ability, we were able to last hit the camp and then deal damage to Gible at the same time. At this point, he was too low to even try to trade back, especially since we were too close to our goal. I was sadly late for bees because I wanted to secure my level 5 off the Ardino. This gives us access to our next ability, Triple Axle, and we managed to use it to get a couple kills. And let me tell you, this ability is so busted. You'll see more action of this ability throughout the game, but basically, it's a triple roundhouse kick. When you pair this up with Tsareena's passive, Queenly Majesty, it just becomes ridiculous to deal with. Queenly Majesty is unlocked at level 6 when you evolve into Tsareena, which is also when you get your next ability. I went with Trope Kick for this game, but with Grassy Glide, you can do some fancy plays with it. But let's talk about Queenly Majesty now, because this passive is actually what makes Tsareena into a true carry. If you pay close attention, you'll notice that there's a blue bar on top of our HP. You can get up to 3 stacks and gain stacks by using your abilities or using a boosted attack. At 3 stacks, Tsareena will gain a free ability usage. You heard me right. Free ability usage. What this means is that even if your abilities are on cooldown, as long as you have your 3 stacks, you'll see a new list of your current abilities but with an aura around it, indicating that you have a free ability usage available. There is a timer that you have to use the free ability by, so you can't hold on to it forever, but if timed correctly, then you can semi-prep for objective fights. At this moment, we managed to destroy the enemy's bottom goal. This sets us up perfectly for Dreadnought. I tried to clear out a core fish or two since we still had a couple seconds left before Dreadnought. Might as well make the most of our time. Dreadnought was finally up and we took it out swiftly. Because of Tsareena's free ability usage, it can actually take objectives fairly quickly. Also, not to mention, but after using Triple Axle, her attack speed is further increased by each kick that connects. And then we ended up dancing back and forth. But now we unlocked our Unite, so let's head on up. If you take advantage of our passive, you can actually travel across the map pretty well. To further push for our advantage, my team was able to secure the Rotom. A team fight was breaking out as I was triple axling my way into the enemy team. This gave us a free ability usage as I then followed up with my Unite. Tsareena's Unite doesn't do the most in terms of damage. I like to think of it as more of a utility ultimate. The move is similar to Slowbro to lock down opponents and gives your team time to reposition on that target, but you can see for yourself how crazy of a team fighter Tsareena is. Triple Axle does damage, provide healing with Queenly Majesty, and can be used multiple times throughout a team fight. I can't express how many times we used Triple Axle during this battle, but it's too many to count. Because of our passive, Tsareena becomes a monster who has good mobility, dueling potential, and amazing team fighting prowess. The enemy team was easily wiped out and our team destroyed the top goal, so now it was time to reset. Right now it's a 4v4 because one player from both teams were defeated. I got united by the enemy Tsareena and was unable to participate in the battle. I then did the same thing to return the favor, but at this point my team was getting really pushed back and ultimately we started to slowly lose the battle. I was doing what Tsareena does best, and that's spinning to win, and we were very close. The enemy team was really low, but then the Decidueye came back and Venusaur ended up jumping on me. We ended up getting CC from both sides and was defeated. I gotta hand it to the enemy Tsareena though, because they were the reason that the enemy team won that team fight. This time around, the enemy Tsareena locked us up for a couple of seconds, so we couldn't really team fight when it mattered. Now, I'm not sure if it was by chance or on purpose, but that is what you'd want to do as Tsareena. With your Unite, you want to focus on primary targets and prevent them from engaging in team fights, or when you get a pick. Tsareena is very good in team fights, and I did have a very huge love advantage, so by locking us up, I couldn't really dish out damage to prevent my team from getting pushed back. So, applause for the enemy Tsareena on that part. Talonflame gets one hell of a steal, and we even managed to take out the Garchomp. This helps out tremendously because the enemy was overwhelming us at bottom, so we definitely needed some map control. I followed the Rotom to see if it'll go in and then hopefully score as well, but then there it is! The classic surrender vote when games aren't going your way. We ignore those though, so let's focus on the Rotom. Currently I do have 28 points, but since Rotom does last a while, I try to rack up some extra points by stealing their camps. In the process, I actually end up almost beating the enemy Tsareena, which is kind of funny. I focus on the task at hand though, and just try to get the free scores, since I had a lot of points. This is great because my team was pressuring bottom as well, and managed to destroy a goal while I was distracting too. If I decided to commit onto the Tsareena, then it was most likely I would have lost to Garchomp and my points, so I'd rather score and stay alive. Dreadnought was spawning soon, which leads to another team fight. The enemy team was rushing towards us and even started to use some Unites as I was taking quite a lot of damage. With Queenly Majesty in triple axle, we managed to sustain and heal back some HP, but the Venusaur once again ran me over. Now, I could have used my Unite to stay alive, but with Articuno coming up soon, there would have been no point. Even if I managed to defeat the Venusaur, we couldn't have gotten anything in return anyway. Our team did manage to sustain and hold the goals, but sadly, the enemy team did get Dreadnought right before it was despawning. It's cool. Articuno is up, so let's just regroup and prep for that. The good news is that the enemy team at least burned some Unites. Garchomp Dragon Rushed us, but I immediately used the Unite so my team can reposition around him, and then we slowly took him out. At this point, the enemy team was basically all wiped out, so that's an easy decision to turn onto Articuno once we finish the rest of them. We managed to win the last team fight by a landslide because more than half the team still had Unites. This is a separate issue, but you should never burn your Unites just to simply get one Dreadnought advantage over your enemy team. Levels and experience doesn't win you games. It gives you an advantage, but guess what? So does Unites and Shields. Saving your important cooldowns for major Zapdos and Articuno fights is what's important, because in most cases, they make the first 8 minutes of the game mean literally nothing. The only time you should use them is when you can secure the Zapdos or Articuno right afterwards. Since our advantage was so large, the enemy team would need to score a bunch of points just to be able to come back. So I decided to stick around and get our stats up. Hey, for the content. I sensed great danger and immediately kicked him to send a message. With the free ability, we were able to spam away and whittle down the Bussy, and then for some reason, the no-help Tsareena on the other side came in. It was looking pretty dire though, but we took out the Bussy, and again, with triple axle, you get some HP regeneration with Queenly Majesty, so I was able to hang in there. The healing from this ability is just ridiculous. Because of this, you'll really need to be careful not to just run blindly into a Tsareena. With only a couple seconds left, the enemy team was trying to score little points in hopes of catching up. Venusaur did get defeated, but they did do a good job with the pressure and ended up defeating a couple members on the team. Garchomp fights desperately, but with the slow some Trope Kick and speed boost from LD, there was nowhere he could run to. Team turns onto Tsareena, and then time was up. I do have to admit, it was a closer game than what I thought it was going to be, but we still managed to get the win at 695 to 458. Point-wise, we got 217, the most in the game, and received the MVP. This was one of my first few matches playing as Tsareena, and so there were definitely things to improve on, but that's the thing, is that even just starting off, you can really kick major grass with this Pokemon. This just speaks volume on how strong this Pokemon is. As an all-rounder, Tsareena excels in so many departments. The evolutions are also at level 4 and 6, which is very early, and the first Pokemon to have these levels as evolutions. Queenly Majesty is such a broken passive and allows Tsareena to be a dominant team fighter and have sustain through heals. There's really no way to express how strong this Pokemon really is, and quite honestly, I think Tsareena will appear in the competitive scene. Now, is this enough to completely remove Lucario? I don't think so, because Lucario is still very strong and both Pokemon has their advantages and counterplays. Lucario is stronger in the early game, but Tsareena's late game is just monstrous. Still, I wouldn't be surprised to see both Pokemon on the same team. All-rounders are getting some love as Dragonite is also right around the corner, which I am very excited for. But let me know what you guys think of Tsareena and if you think it will make some appearances in the competitive scene. The cool thing is that Tsareena is free for trainers, so anybody can give it a try and still have a very strong all-rounder, which I greatly appreciate from the developers. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to also turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any newly released videos. I've been Johnny D, and until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next one.